Hello guys, welcome to this new video and thank you for watching this video. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. And I want to give a shout out to my latest subscribers to my YouTube channel. Shout out to Victor, Harish, Richard, Gustavo, and Sagar. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and I'll give you a shout out. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to do on this network. We're going to do a BGP, which is a border gateway protocol, and is the routing protocol of the internet used to route traffic across the internet. So it's a router, is a protocol that routes traffic across the internet. So it's the only external routing protocol, because remember, OSPF, ERGRP, ISIS, and RIP are all internal protocols. Okay, and BGP is the only external protocol, remember that. And BGP uses autonomous system numbers to connect with with each other. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is that we are going to configure this autonomous system over here, which autonomous system is going to be 65010 and 65042. Okay, and the way you configure BGP is that we have to tell this router, which is going to run BGP, to connect to this AS, which is 64042, and then we're going to tell them that we have to connect with this router, which is 65010. Okay, so that's the way they communicate, by adding a neighbor relationship with each other, and they are only going to be able to connect with each other. It's not like those internal networks where they actually learn like other router protocols, or that they become neighbors with other routers. So this is right here, is they only become neighbor with each other. Okay, and they're only going to be able to communicate with each other because they're going to be configured to use this autonomous system. Okay, and you can get an autonomous system by going to the American Registry for Internet Numbers, and each ISP or Internet Service Provider has its own AS or autonomous system. Like AT&T, I'm saying that AT&T has 64010, and Verizon this size has 65042. And I already configure this IP address over here, and also this IP address over here, I believe. So let's go ahead and plug this in. And I believe I plugged this in on the wrong one. Let me take a look at it. If you do an in show run, I want to make sure that I configure the right one. So this is supposed to be connected to 01, not to 00. Okay, and now this one is going to be 00. So this is 01 and this is 00. So I believe I configured the wrong one. Let me see. So 00 does not have an IP address right now. Let's go ahead and configure that over here. If you do a config terminal, paste that over here, IP address of 203.0.113.81/30. Now shut down. Now let's see if this one is configured correctly. And no, it's not. This one needs to be 01. I plugged this to the wrong one, so let's go ahead and cancel this. So this one is supposed to be 00 right here. And this one's 01 and 00, right? Let's see. 00, good. and this one is 0/1. Okay, so this is good. This is configured now correctly. So let's go ahead and put this here so I don't get confused. 0/1. Copy and paste it. Put this one over here. 0/0. Okay. So now what we're going to do is configure that BGP protocol. And if you do a show IP protocols, you're going to see that we don't have any routing protocol configured. And also you can do a show IP BGP. There's nothing here. Show BGP summary. There's nothing there either. And let's go to this router. Show IP protocols, nothing. Show IP BGP, nothing. Show BGP summary, and there's nothing. So let's go ahead and configure that. Let's start with that AT&T config terminal, and now from here we're going to give it a router, right? BGP, and the autonomous system needs to be 65.0.10, and this one needs to match. This one needs to match, right? Because if it doesn't match this router over here, whenever I configure, they won't be able to connect with each other. Okay. So now from here, what we have to do is we have to configure our network first, and the network that we want to provide is this one over here, which is 192.168.1.1 or the 1.0 slash 24, but actually we have to give it a mask. There it is. And now we gotta tell this router to connect to this autonomous system over here, to this BGP autonomous system. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that, and we do that by configuring a neighbor, and the neighbor is going to be 203.0.113.81. okay, and now we are going to give a remote as, and we have to specify that BGP neighbor, and now we have to give that autonomous system that we want to connect to, which is this one over here. So 65.0.42. okay, so now what we have to do is configure this this router over here to have this autonomous system of 65.0.42, since we told this router to connect to this BGP. So we have to match this autonomous system, or else it won't work. Config T router BGP 65.0.42, and now let's add the network that we have over here, which is 8.8.8.0, and we have to give it a mask 255.0, and now let's configure that neighbor. And who's going to be our neighbor? This one over here. So neighbor, and then the neighbor address 203.0.113.82, and then remote as, and we have to give it this AS over here 65.0.10, and there it is. As soon as I did that, we can see now that we have a neighbor, which is 203.0.113.82, which is this one over here. And now if we give a show IP BGP, you can see right here that we have our network, which is local, and we have another network, which is 192.168.1.0, which is on the next hop, which is our neighbor over here. Okay, and if we do it over here, you're going to see that we have this network on the next hop, which is 203.0.113.81. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. show IP route, and here it is. That network is at 8.8.8.0 and the next hop. And we can also do a show IP BGP, and here it is. We have a network 8.8.8.0/24 at the next hop, okay, which is 203.0.113.81, and the autonomous system is 65042, this one over here. So now from here I should be able to ping this other computer over here, ping 8.8.1, oops, and there it is. We are able now to ping this computer over here. We also should be able to ping, this one was 8.8.1, so we actually ping this router. So if we ping 8.8.8.8, we should be able to ping this computer on this side, and there it is. We did that ARP to figure out whose MAC address is this one, and then after we find out whose MAC address it is, we completed that packet and send it over or BGP network, and it was able to reach this computer over here, and this computer was able to reply. And we also should be able to ping, of course, 203.0.113.81, which is this one over here, and also we should be able to ping .82, and there it is. Okay, so this is it for this configuration of BGP. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you haven't, so go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're liking my videos, and also follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.